What's your favorite scary movie? You know those movies that just don't really need a sequel, and you feel like if they did make a sequel, it would just fail? Yeah, me too. But we got Black Phone 2 anyways. Once again, this is directed by Scott Derrickson, but this one's an original story and isn't based off the short story by Joe Hill. So I definitely had my concerns. As far as the premise goes, we see Finn and his sister Gwen 4 years after the first film. Finn is now a bad... This is a family-friendly channel. Finn is now a really tough cookie that beats people up, but doesn't have any friends, because the only friend he had besides his sister is dead. We also see Gwen as she's having more dreams. She's starting to get freaked out by all of them. But in this film, they work to uncover a secret about a Christian camp that's connected to their mother, and our villain of the last story, the Grabber.
Hello, Finny.
What? But he died! Yeah, I know, but money and sequel. I only saw the first film the night before I watched the second, but I was shocked at how good the sequel was. This second film dives way more into the paranormal and supernatural. The first film was focused on Finney, finding his courage, standing up for himself. Well, in this one, Gwen has to do the same, but now she's up against the supernatural version of the Grabber. Finn still plays a role. We see him as he's going through trauma because of the trauma he went through in the first film. Man, trauma begets trauma begets trauma. Who would have thought? He's broody, he smokes a lot of weed to take the pain away and not feel anything. And you just feel for him. What I liked most about this film is just the style of it. It just stayed true to being a good horror movie. It was definitely more gruesome in my opinion than the first one, which in a different way was scary, but I don't know which one I'd say is scarier. I feel like the first one was more tense for me. It's scary, there's kidnappers out there, they're real. And in this one, still scary, but in that supernatural way, where at least I can suspend my disbelief and go, okay, ghosts aren't real, right? Another thing that added to the freakiness of this film was whenever Gwen's in a dreamlike state, the camera changes to probably to what footage looked like in the 70s. It's grainy, there's kind of an extra little sound or crackling, and every time that happens, I was just like, freak. Here we go again. Time for this adult to hit the bathroom.
I go, are you okay? Did you throw up in there?
Oh, I'm just pooping. You know how I be.
And we get Gwen's amazing swearing again in this film. Just to quote some, this is family friendly, so we're gonna edit it a little bit. And I quote, "You slap, fart, rotty stain, wagon, you with a dinosaur, grievous festering wound."
Wow.
Also, Gwen still believes in Jesus, and as her new love interest, Finn's best friend who died, it's his younger brother. He says the fact that she talks to Jesus is hot as heck, but he doesn't say heck. But man, I go to church. I need to ask my wife how hot that is. And then Ethan Hawke is back as the Grabber. That innocence of him seeming nice at times is definitely gone. He's becoming more of a staple horror icon for Universal. When I think of horror figures, I think of Jason Voorhees, Freddy Krueger, Texas Chainsaw Massacre dude, and now the Grabber with his iconic masks. In the end, I will say I think the first Black Phone is a stronger film, probably because that source material. It's a lot more realistic. But the second one is still really good. I definitely plan on watching these in the future for Halloween. But once again, if you have kids, maybe think twice before watching it because it gets gruesome. As always, thanks for joining me in the bathroom. Bet you never thought you'd hear that.